I played these like my life like depended on it. Is this information that we needed to know? But like it is information that I needed to know back then, because this video is sponsored by Love and Deepspace. You know those interactive games where in the back of your mind you're like, this would be even better if there was just a little more romance in it? Well, you're definitely going to be satisfied with the romance in this game. Love and Deepspace is a sci-fi romance game where you play as a hunter fighting alien monsters called wanderers in a futuristic city. But the twist is you're not just fighting, you're also building romantic relationships with the characters you fight alongside. This game goes deep with full 3D story scenes, dates, texting, voice calls, all that. So it's kind of like an action RPG mixed with a dating sim where the more you play, the more story and romance you unlock with each character. And trust me, all the characters are fine, so you'll actually enjoy talking to them. And right now there's a new event featuring Caleb's memory pair, also known as Ghost's Final March. In this new version update, one of the love interests, Caleb, debuts a new look as a Chinese-style Lord of the Netherrealm. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what does this have to do with me? Well, I hate to break it to you, bestie, but in this story, your life is basically nearing its end, so Caleb has to hunt down ghosts in order to keep you alive. Which is a little intense, but kind of romantic if you think about it. And honestly, his ultimate animation in this memory looks really cool. There's also the Lost Souls event where you can explore locations, play mini games like puzzles, balloon popping, and cup games, and earn rewards like free 4-star memories and items you can use to exchange in the dust pawn shop. Rewards like this aren't a common occurrence, so honestly, this is a really good time to jump in if you've already been curious about the game. But at this point, if you want to know more, you'll just have to dive into the link in my description and find out for yourself. Hey guys, it's Angela. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so we can become besties. We literally be like this. And while you're there, you might as well follow my Instagram and join the Discord where we talk all things K-drama, C-drama, J-drama, anything you want down in the description below. With that being said, they're saying 2026 is the new 2016. You guys already read the title, so let's just get right into the video, shall we? The other day I was scrolling on TikTok, as I do, okay? I put a limit on it, I swear. Remember I was saying 2026 is gonna be the new 2016, and I was just like, baby, no, it'll never be the new 2016 because have you seen the political state of the world right now? But let's not get too into that. Instead, let's change our focus to somewhere else. Around the same time, Instagram dropped this new feature where you could see like your oldest likes ever, and everybody was just like, wow, this is perfect. It feels like I'm back in 2016 again. So I went to go check, obviously, because I'm curious, and yeah, there was BuzzFeed in there. Yeah, there was like Billie Eilish in there. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of that. I was scrolling through it, and then all of a sudden I hit one specific point, and it was at that point that everything just clicked and I had my memories rush into me like I've never felt it before. Guys, I hit my BTS era. Before we actually get into this, I need to explain. I need to do some explaining for this, okay? If you guys have been in this channel, you guys have probably heard me say things like, yeah, I know of K-pop and I listen to some K-pop, but I wouldn't really say that I'm in K-pop. Like, I just know the T, I don't really know everything that's going in there. But I would always say that the exception was BTS. And here's a crazy story. I've known of BTS since like 2016. That's when I started listening to their music, but I wasn't like into it deep. Like, it's just not in my personality to be like such a big fan, if that makes sense. I listen to people casually. I never just like keep up with them like, oh my gosh, their next album is gonna release on this specific date and I need to be in line to get it. Maybe even if they did drop an album, I was too poor to get it. So that was never me. But I need to tell you guys a story, okay? There's this one girl, okay? I wasn't very social when I was a kid, all right? I was in the sphere of like popular MMOs. I was watching anime before anime became like normal. Not to be like, I was there before anime got normal, but like if you were there, you knew to keep the fact that you watch anime a secret. And I just wasn't the most social person. But then I ended up running into this girl and I wanted to be friends with her. But the thing was that she liked BTS and she would bring up BTS. And so I was just like, wait a minute, I know of BTS. Let me go ahead and join this conversation. And so once I joined, she was just like, oh my gosh, you're an ARMY too? Like, tell me about this. What's your favorite person here? What's your favorite song here? And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I know BTS, but I don't know BTS. She was asking me so many questions that I didn't know the answer to. I was only saved by the bell because we were dismissed from whatever period that we were in. This story happened when I was in middle school. And so then at that point, I was just like, okay, I have a lot of research to do because there is this person that I can finally become friends with, and I'm letting this opportunity slip from my grasp simply because of my lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. It was that serious to me, okay? And what was my solution to this? What was like, okay, let me go ahead and get research for BTS. I went onto Instagram and I went onto YouTube. So my Instagram was filled completely with BTS. My YouTube was filled with all those compilations, which were actually shipping compilations, which I didn't know at the time. I was ignorant and obtuse to the idea of shipping in the first place, but that's where I was getting all of my information about BTS from. But as me and this girl started talking more and more, I felt like the quiz and the tests were just getting harder and harder and more in depth. And I felt like I was being tested on things that just were not on the study guide. I had to know their birthdays. I had to know their zodiac signs, why they joined the band in the first place, who their closest members are. Like, I was like, this is actually like, there's levels to this. Like, I actually need to do valid, thorough research. Like, it was getting more and more stressful. And I was starting to realize that the amount of information that I got wasn't enough. I needed to know more because otherwise I'd be a fraud. And if I was a fraud, she wouldn't talk to me anymore and I'd lose my friend. Mind you, we barely talked. Like, it was only in that one class period that we talked, but it was like somebody, you know? And so like I had to fully integrate. I had to be a part of it. Like, there was no half-assing BTS. I had to be full BTS. I had to be full ARMY. I had to die for that shit.
You're not gonna understand. It's BTS. It's BTS ARMY.
To this day, if you find my oldest phone, it was an LG, and there was this feature on it where you could swipe through it and the background would change. You swipe, every single time you swiped, it'd be a new picture of Yoongi because Yoongi was my bias. And I was so deep into it that during the Christmas season, holiday season, it would be Christmas themed. He was in a Santa suit. Everything was snow themed. Like, I was in there. I was in there, okay? I did not play about that. I was fully integrated. To this day, I know more about BTS as in like their hobbies, like what they like, them as people. I know more about them as people than I do their songs. Honestly, like I only like 1/3 of their songs. I'm not ashamed to say that. I feel like if you like an artist, you don't have to like every single one of their songs, you know? But long story short, very, very long story short, that's what led me to be here. So I was scrolling through it. Yes, you have the BuzzFeed, okay? I was obsessed with Sophia Nagyard, okay? All the standard stuff when Instagram doesn't know what you like yet. This is where Billie Eilish was getting into it. Finn Wolfhard, yeah. You can just keep scrolling until there's a sudden shift in the air and you could tell exactly when I decided that this is the moment that I had to lock in. Like, it wasn't jokes anymore. It wasn't games. Like, there was a point where I was just like, okay, you have to be serious. At this time, I was only interested in Yoongi until I found out that apparently you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to like only one member. You have to like every single member. So afterwards I was like, okay, let's find out about every member. You're telling me that they've been preparing this since Fire era? He met his shadow then? And then the Crown King? My head is about to explode. Like, oh my gosh. I remember everything was deep. Everything was deep in this thing. Like, there was nothing about the sky was blue. Like, everything had to be specifically orchestrated. I don't even know if they did this on purpose. They probably did. If I'm over here saying that they didn't do it on purpose, they'll probably drag me. They'll be like, you know that they had this set up since they were born. You know this was in their fates. Like, it was bound to happen. Like, yes, they did plan this. They did plan this. And you know what? That's gonna be my vibe from now on. Everything was intentional. Look. And I remember I was so obsessed with this like Fire music video. I would go onto YouTube and I would be like, reactions to BTS Fire. I would watch through every single YouTube video, seeing people's reactions to it so they could see the part where he like holds his hands. He's just like, and then it just like completely blows up. Like, I was ready to be mad if somebody had like a bad review of it. Okay, remember guys, during this time I was like 12. I was like 12 to 13 years old. I want you guys to keep this in mind as we go through this. Mind you, every single person who was reacting to it, of course they probably had good reactions to it because the moment you put BTS in your title, you get clicks and you get views and people know that. So they're not gonna be over there talking about some, yeah, this is trash, unless they're trying to get like hate views, you know? Nobody played with BTS. Y'all, if y'all clicked on this video, y'all are probably ARMY. Y'all know that people didn't play with ARMY, okay? Oh my gosh, look at Stephanie Sue. I loved her ABG era, her little story times, her vlogs. I miss those vlogs low-key. Bro, look at this. When the maknae line have a play date at 6 but gotta perform fake love by 7.
In Korea, you can't eat until the elders eat. Ning Ning is the maknae, which means she's the youngest, and the fact that she ate first is crazy.
What are we even looking at? Like, I remember at this time I was like, when the maknae line have to perform fake love at 6 but they have to perform at 7, like, I thought this shit was peak comedy. Oh my gosh, look. Taehyung, can you take care of this guy for me today? Yoongi, yeah. They wanted to play into the Yoongi being a bad boy act so bad. They had these things called like hard stands and soft stands. And I think hard stands were for like when you like thought of them as like sexy. It was like their sexy appearance versus soft stands, which are like their cute appearance. And I remember I'd be so adamant about it where they're like, Yoongi, he's so mean, he's not nice. I'd be like, Yoongi is so sweet. Like, you don't know anything about him. All the members like him and they turn to him for help and comfort. Like, you don't know Yoongi like I do. You don't know Dada like I know Dada. Like, I was in there. I was fighting. I don't even want to talk about this because yes, switch the song. Sometimes you have to. And I remember these little door swipe things. I played these like my life like depended on it. I would be stuck on the screen for like 10 minutes straight. Like, which one should I pick? And I was just like, well, actually, I think this one's the cutest, but what if they think this vibe matches with this person more? Like, I took it seriously. When I swiped and it wasn't the person that I wanted, I was distraught. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? For 2.5 seconds before I swiped back and I was like, you know what? Actually, I chose this one. I chose this one all along because that was the one I was going to pick. Mind you, I had like 5 different ones that I couldn't choose between and there's only 7 fucking members, so. And all of these crowns are ugly. No, I was trying to say that maybe this one was cute. No, they're all ugly. Oh wait, no, I should have picked. Fuck. And this literally reminds me, there would be times on TikTok and stuff, well, I guess it was probably Musically back then, they would literally say things like, can you figure out which member it is based off of their feature? And I would go through each single one, because what if my homegirl asked me the very same question? What if I didn't know who it was based off of this feature? I had to know. So I would be looking at somebody's lips, I'd be like, that's Jimin's lips for sure. The fuck? That's J-Hope's nose. You think I don't know his nose? That's J-Hope's nose. Yoongi? You must be out of your mind if you think that I don't know the shape of Yoongi's eyes. Like, are you mad? Are you crazy? Let's see which one we get, you know? Like, let's have fun, you know? Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one. I got B. It's the way I'm looking at this, like, okay. No, but I'm telling you, I was genuinely so excited at the time to do all this stuff. Like, I was so happy. And look, they had these two, the whole, like, based off the likes, let's see, based off of 0, he's my best friend. Like, Jungkook is literally my best friend. Sometimes I would leave, refresh the page to come back to see when it had better likes, and then I would use that to be like, okay, now he's my this. Jungkook is my this now, because I done refreshed the page, and now I got exactly who I wanted. Mind you, half of the stuff, like, is low-key synonymous. He's my husband, he's my soulmate, he's my boyfriend, he's my lover. You got a 50% chance of getting something right. You mean to tell me that there was a point where you got something wrong? How did you leave so unsatisfied? Nothing here would make you upset. He's my best friend, he's my friend, he's my roommate. It's damn near the same thing. My brother, ew. Because think about that, why would you want him to be your brother? If we're thinking about BTS and the way that people were like, BTS, why would you want him to be your brother? I have a few questions. It's giving Speed and Love. Let me not bring that fandom in here. They're about to get me too. Oh my gosh. I love watching her stuff on YouTube. She would do like the outfits. I didn't even care for the outfits actually. They weren't my style, but like she had a good vibe. I liked the way she spoke. It was cute. I love the way that she edited. I hate man, you know, just stalked her straight off the internet. Look, this is what I meant. This is what I meant by like soft stands versus hard stands. And I would be into this so bad. Like I would be like, you guys don't understand. Like Yoongi, he's like the cutest thing in the world. Like he is so misunderstood. Like he's the person that all of the members turn to. Like you don't know Yoongi like I know Yoongi. You guys don't understand this shit. Like there's, he makes it look like he's underwater. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna clown this one. Like, yeah. Well, yes, actually. Oh my gosh. I'm so angry. Why did I? First, I screamed. Then I awed. Look, because guys, look, it's the difference between J-Hope and Jungkook, because J-Hope is being all sexy. He has his tongue out, and then Jungkook, he's just a small little bean, you know? He would never hurt anybody. Look at his puffy cheeks, he's just a bunny. Can we just look back at this and just like enjoy it? It's so clear now, like the fact that all these people who are posting all this stuff were also my age. We're also 12, we're also 13 years old. Like I know that they're at the bottom of webtoons talking about some, please don't hurt my small bean, or like, I'm just a potato. And that's okay because that was the era that it was. But is this a safe space to look back at it and be like, we were definitely acting our age? And speaking of webtoons, is this a safe space to say that this webtoon was trash? If you guys don't know Let's Play, it was basically like a webtoon with this one girl who was innocent, right? But the problem was that she was innocent, but she had such an attractive body. So it was just like, how is it that this girl who's just obviously so attractive hasn't had any experience with anybody? She has like 50,000 different love interests in the show. And the main guy who shows attraction to her only is attracted to her once he sees like her body and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, the main lead is the girl on the left, obviously, because obviously she's the shy girl because she has glasses on. And then homegirl on the right, she was the male lead's ex. In fact, I don't even know if he was the male lead for real because she had so many different love interests. They shipped this girl with everybody, and the whole point of the show was basically her losing her innocence, if I remember correctly. I think so. I'm pretty sure every single webtoon that I watched has gone to shit. Unordinary, oh my gosh, this is about to turn into a fucking story about webtoons. I'm gonna just cut it off right here. Unordinary was peak until it wasn't. They ran that story to the ground so quickly. I don't know how they messed it up that bad. This is where I started getting into ships, okay? And I didn't even know that they were ships. Like, trust me, like I was just getting information. I just wanted to know the relationship between the members, all right? When Yoongi is panicked or not thinking straight, he calls Namjoon Juna. Is this information that we needed to know? But like, it is information that I needed to know back then because I was serious about it. I did need to know. I needed to know what Yoongi called Namjoon the moment he was panicking or upset. I needed to know. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Look, BTS ship fact. Jungkook wanted to sleep with Namjoon and went to his bed, but Namjoon hugged him and Jungkook ran away. There's this one thing that people will not let go of, and they're basically just like, Jungkook was saying that he joined BTS because he saw Namjoon's thighs and that was the reason why he wanted to join. And so because of that, it's so obvious that they're in a romantic relationship with each other. Guys, what is going on? I don't think there's a single pair here that didn't get shipped. Look at this. Taehyung said that Yoongi has the same smile as his father. Why is this a ship fact? You remind me of my dad. I'm attracted to you. Suga once mentioned that Taehyung always suggested that all 7 of them shower together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So now it's an orgy. Why did I even like something like this? Why would they be matched together? Even in the world in which Yoongi exists, why is he dating the girl version of himself? Oh yeah. I'm surprised I didn't have this bookmarked. because I was using this. The moment she wanted to ask me, when's Yoongi's birthday? March 9th. When's Jin's birthday? December 4th. I know because it's 3 days before my birthday. I was always prepared, prepped and prepared. I had this studied. Ugh, and look at this, look at this. Min Yoongi is coming for all of us, a dangerous threat. Look at the position they got him in. It's so clear. It's so clear that it was 12 to 13 years old. Like oh my gosh, it's so obvious in hindsight. This is insane. Remember that one video that went viral of him because he was wearing like this one jumpsuit? That was such a weird video to let go viral. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that for a second? I keep on asking, is this a safe space? It's probably not a safe space. I've probably been dragged several times in the comments already. I feel like if I can't say that, and this isn't a safe space for me to say that, then I don't know what kind of besties that I have on this channel, because we have to acknowledge that that was strange. Even in the caption it says, soft stance, please stay. And it just goes with this whole concept of like, oh my gosh, is your man sexy or is he cute? Look, he can be sexy and cute. Oh my gosh. Grown-ass man, by the way. Well, actually at the time he was like what, like 24 or something like that. I remember back then I would be like, well, me and him basically have the same age difference as me as my oldest sister, and like eventually I'll be like 18 years old, and so like technically like something could work out. Maybe no. And I remember I was so frustrated because like I would get older and then he would also get older, and so like the age difference never shortened no matter how old I got. And I was like, this is so fucking weird. Like I keep getting older and like he keeps getting older too. So like what's going on? Look at these ugly ass crowns. Like no, I don't want to pick any of you actually. I picked the title. I picked BTS dating doors. You just know these are the type of crowns that come from books where it's like female lead just isn't like all the other girls, and she's actually like a warrior and she likes fighting with swords. She doesn't like playing with dresses, but it turns out that she's the one magical fairy that controls the whole place. She like gets the heart of like the king, and the king loves her because she's not like the other girls, and she's a strong female lead when in reality she just doesn't listen to instructions that will keep her out of danger. Look, what was my obsession? What was my obsession with making him a girl? It's everybody. Ooh, it's everybody. Oh, what? So good they had to put him twice. Everybody. They're not even good edits. You know what this reminds me? Isn't there like this one like actor who has a wife who looks like the female version of Jungkook? And then this. And then this, and then this. Tell me if there's a single K-pop stan out there who didn't try to learn Korean. Let me know. Be honest with me. Like, just 진짜? Be very 진짜 with me. Be very 솔직히 with me.
This food looks so good. 맛있겠다. 어머, 하지마. 맛있겠다. 사랑해. 오빠? 뭐라고?
Be very 하나 둘 셋 with me. Like, I want you guys to be so for real with me right now. Actually, fun story with this. I actually was so into it. Like, I could understand as much as like a 2-year-old. And like eventually I got into school and we had a chance to go like study abroad, and I was just like, you know what, like I wasted so much of my time learning Korean when I could have learned Spanish instead, and I want to use this Korean somewhere instead, because otherwise I'm just gonna lose the language. I don't talk to anybody. Like I spend so much time learning on this and it's just all gonna go away. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do my study abroad in Korea so that way I actually have a use for the language, and maybe I can even put on my resume that like como se dice habla Korean. I was gonna be in there like 한국어 할 수 있어요, like I'm in there, like I'm in this bitch 진짜. I was gonna take over the world, but your girl's broke and I didn't get a scholarship, so I couldn't go. And oh my gosh, this painting went like platinum. It went triple platinum because like I was so obsessed with his music video on this. I think I did the same thing where I was just watching everybody react to the music video knowing damn well they're only gonna say nice things. And once I got the affirmation that I wanted to hear for it, I just quickly ran to another reaction to go hear it from them instead, because the dopamine was never enough for me. I think I even drew this myself. Let me see. Let me go find my sketchbook. I'm 90% sure I drew this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I think this is like Dwejita or something like that. I think that was the name of the song. Namjoon said he wants to go on coffee dates with us and talk to us. Please don't talk to me. I need a moment. Baby, what do you need a moment for? That's not gonna happen. Part of me is just like, you know what? How does like K-pop get so parasocial? Like then I stop and I think about it. I'm just like, K-pop feeds into it. They try to make this person seem like somebody who's obtainable. They try to like feed into this idea that like you could have them, but like the chances just didn't line up. What if you meet them at a concert? Look, they said how much they like you. Look, they texted you on Weverse. Look, they said that this album was for you. Like, I feel like that's a conversation that could definitely be had, the way that K-pop is manufactured to make their fans obsessive, which is truly just not good and it's not healthy whatsoever. And I'm not saying that Namjoon was over here saying like, oh my gosh, I have to text these bitches and say that I have to want to go on a date with them. Mind you, I hate all of these hoes. No, I'm not saying that. I just shifted gears to K-pop in general. We're not gonna sit here and act like that system was not specifically meant to do that. Okay, like it was a time like I was happy. Okay, I can look back at it and I can be like, oh, this and all that, and I can cringe at the fact that I was like, oh my gosh, I was in there like that, but like I was happy. I was happy. I don't know at what point it became like a facade that I was trying to put up and something that was genuine and was real to me, but it happened at some point. It was genuine and it was real to me. It was. But that's it for today's video. If you guys watched this video, thank you so much for watching. I'm just trying to get back into like posting random stuff because I know a lot of my newer besties might think that I just basically do recaps, but like I just be talking about whatever. So if you guys watch this video, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like button to let me know that you did. If you guys really like the video, subscribe so you can watch all my videos. Hello. With that being said, I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. 김남준, 김석진, 민윤기, 정커석, 박지민, 김태형, 전정국, BTS. Woo!